Last time on Beyond Compare Wrestling. After winning the BCW Commonwealth Tournament by pinning the undefeated Victor Payne, Tafik was named the #1 contender for the BCW World Championship. Tonight, the 6'5", 300-pound Tafik challenges Benson Hicks for the BCW World Championship in tonight's explosive main event. Beyond Compare Wrestling presents BCW 54, Bigger in Texas.
Thank you for joining us here tonight for another episode of Beyond Compare Wrestling. And tonight we are kicking off 2026 by going to the great state of Texas for BCW Bigger in Texas. Tonight we have 3 preliminary matchups, and the main event will be for the BCW World title. And let's take a look at tonight's card. We have Isaac Taylor versus Kensho in this huge, epic heavyweight battle between 2 top contenders. We also have the Butcher, Byron Cassidy, teaming up with Liam No Honor Connors to take on Flips Per Second. And in our opener, we have Hard Limit versus Los Gomez in this first time ever tag team contest. And in the main event for the BCW World Championship, we have the Danish Destroyer Tafik taking on the BCW World Champion, the hometown favorite, the Redneck Benson Hicks. And a quick breakdown from these 2 World Championship main event competitors. We have the Danish Destroyer Tafik, 6'5", 300 pounds, quite literally the biggest challenge that Benson has faced. But before we get into the business of 2026, we got to take care of the last remaining bit of business from 2025. Let's take it to the winners of the 2025 BCW Awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 BCW Award winners. The 2025 Most Improved Wrestler of the Year award goes to Mr. Tony Rizzo. The 2025 Match of the Year winner goes to Benson Hicks versus Dirty Dom for the BCW World Championship at Slamtacular. The 2025 Moment of the Year winner goes to Kensho for his 1-second knockout win over a mere man. The 2025 Tag Team of the Year goes to the BCW World Tag Team Champions, The Exiled. And the 2025 Wrestler of the Year award goes to the BCW World Champion, Benson Hicks.
All right, opening contest here tonight for BCW 54 Bigger in Texas is Hard Limit taking on Los Gomez in this first time ever tag team meeting between these 2 teams. We've got Sweetcocks and the Tool taking on the team of Pedro Loco and the Idol Sergio Gomez. Who's coming out with this very important tag team matchup for the tag team rankings? Let's take it to the ring and get BCW Bigger in Texas kicked off with this tag team match.
Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 470 pounds, Hard Limit.
And here they are, the Tool on the left, Sweetcox on the right, a mainstay of the tag team division since BCW began. Hard Limit. And ever since Dirty Dawn has been MIA, they have been left to themselves. They have been competing in tag team matches, trying to improve their status, trying to climb that tag team ladder to become the number one contenders once again. But they are having a hard go of it. They're about 50-50. They go hot and cold. They have defeated the team of GRIZZLY, MACK, and a Mere Man a few weeks ago, but they recently just lost to the returning Game Changers, who are currently the number one contenders and will be getting a tag team championship match on the next episode. But can Hard Limit bounce back here tonight with a big win over Los Gomez?
Please welcome to the ring, being accompanied by the Great Gomez, at a combined weight of 465 pounds, Pedro Loco, and the Idol, Sergio Gomez.
And here they are, Los Gomez. We got Pedro Loco, the Idol, Sergio Gomez, and the masked Great Gomez, all making their way to the ring. And the one advantage that this team has over all the other teams at BCW is they are the only three-man free bird rule tag team. So they always go into every single tag team match they have with the advantage of their opponents not knowing who the two men are going to be. They can only pick 2 out of 3. Lots of combos that you have to factor in when you have that three-man team, and you can have any combo you like. You could have Sergio Gomez and the Great Gomez, the two brothers who have 30-plus years experience. You could have Pedro Loco in the mix, who's so young, so fast. It's so hard to game plan against Los Gomez, and that is where they have been finding their bread and butter in the tag team division. And the bell has rung. The opening contest of BCW 54 Bigger in Texas is underway. The first match of 2026. Sergio with the quick cover here right after that drop kick to the back of the head. It's the shots you don't see coming that do the most damage. Sergio immediately trying to go for the ropes. Gets taken down. Back rake from Sweetcox. And a big splash in the corner there. Sweetcox so strong. We've seen that every time he comes out. And right as I say that, picks up the 300-pound luchador like he's absolutely nothing. Shows him off to all sides of the crowd here in Texas and slams him down to the mat. Quickly makes the tag to the Tool. Perfect tag team synergy to kick off BCW 54. And we are obviously in Texas here tonight, and Los Gomez just a little bit south of the border from Mexico. They have got to be the favorites here. They are the fan favorite tag team, and being so close to Mexico, you got to factor in that they are way more the favorite than the San Francisco-based Hard Limit. Only a 1 from the Tool there. And when it comes to the game plans of these two teams, we have the Idol, Sergio Gomez, teaming up with his young protege, Pedro Loco. The Tool going there for a heel hook. Those leg submissions are so dangerous, but we have Los Gomez with the big man, little man combo. They got the experience and the youth. They got the strength and the speed combo. Very, very similar to the combo that Hard Limit has, with Sweetcox being so strong and powerful, the Tool being so fast and so technical. So it's a little bit of which team can implement their game plan of the big man, little man more effectively. And right there, the Tool with a float over DDT. Big, huge maneuver there from the little man. They are playing big man, little man in this one. Making frequent tags, though, switching it up to the big man, big man. We now got Sweetcox and Sergio Gomez as the two legal men. Double big back body drop. And Sergio, he is so big, but he is also that luchador where when you're doing all those high-flying moves, when you're jumping off the ropes, when you're doing all those moves synonymous with the lucha style, but when you're doing it with a 300-pound frame, it really makes him super effective. Put that together with all the experience he has after wrestling for 30 years, and Sergio Gomez is a force to be reckoned with in the tag or the singles divisions. But his one disadvantage is that body has been taking 30 years of damage, 30 years of damage accumulation. He does not have the spring in his step that a younger Pedro Loco has, so that is going to be to the detriment of the team. But when you have that experience, when you have that power, and when you mix it with that little man combo of Pedro Loco, who is probably one of the top 3 fastest wrestlers in BCW. It is a very, very potent combo that they have used many, many times before. And speaking of Pedro Loco, he makes his entrance into the match here. What is he going to do? Immediately goes for the ropes. He likes to spring, likes to use gravity, and that springboard locomotion. That is his finisher. Immediately tags out to Sergio Gomez. That locomotion, that spinning 630 is Pedro Loco's bread and butter finisher. And now the idol Sergio Gomez going to the top. Is he going to go for that patented Gomez splash? And he hits it. This can be over for Sweetcox. 2 finishers back to back. 1, 2, oh! The Tool right there. I don't know if he would have made it, but Sweetcox able to kick out. But that is 2 finishers that he kicked out of. He is clutching his midsection, and you can't blame him. Both men's maneuvers on the team of Los Gomez target that midsection. Not only is it going to cause a lot of pain and damage to that solar plexus, to that back, but it is going to cause all the air to go rushing out of your lungs. And Sweetcox with that big frame, he does not have oxygen to spare. 2 kicks out. And now Hard Limit, they are playing defense, but they got to get back on offense. Pedro Loco to the top, shooting star press. Really, really attacking that midsection of Sweetcox. And he has such a thick frame. He is more suited to take those midsection maneuvers than the Tool, but you can only take so much. It is finisher after finisher. It is big move after big move. It is shooting star press after shooting star press. Goes for the cover here. Could this be it? Have they sealed the deal? 1, oh. The only detriment that Pedro Loco had on that one was his light 165-pound frame, trying to cover up the near 300-pound Sweetcox. Super kick to the face. Now directs his attention to the Tool. I think he's looking to see if the Tool was going to ambush him, going to sneak attack him. Now directs his attention to the Tool, looking to take him out. Oh, and he's got him. Bit of a tarantula here, just grapevining the arms and the legs around the back of the neck and just wrenching him there. He has taken out the Tool. He has taken out Sweetcox. And look at Pedro Loco go. You cannot stop this young luchador. Wow. From taking out Sweetcox to taking out the Tool. Oh, but right here gets reversed. And the cranium goes crashing right on that steel. That solid steel ring post does not give, and neither does that big, huge spine buster to the outside. And now Sweetcox taking a page out of Los Gomez's book, heading to the top rope. What's he got here? Looking to crown him, and he does. Right as Pedro Loco is looking to fire up, he gets taken out 7 ways from Sunday. But both these men, they have got to get back in the ring. You do not want to start 2026 with a count out. So much on the line in the tag team division. Every team is fighting tooth and nail to climb up. Every win is so important. And right here with the armbar, going for a submission, mixing it up. Tried a few pins, it did not work. Went for the submission. But I think one of Sweetcox's arms is about the size of a Pedro Loco's legs. And now Sweetcox, after taking so much damage, looks to tag in the Tool. Smart maneuver there. Going for little man, amping up the speed. Both these two men so fast, so technical, but have very different styles. The Tool likes to keep it technical, likes to fight in a phone booth, likes to get his hands on his opponents, likes to ground and pound, lock his opponent up with suplexes and submissions. Big bridging Northern Lights here. 2-0. Pedro Loco able to get out, and he gets the hot tag to Sergio Gomez. We've got the Idol and the Tool in the ring. Sergio using the ropes to get some extra momentum. Went for that hip toss. Able to use his power to get him over. Couldn't get him off the momentum, but was able to use that power and muscle up the 200-pound Tool. And now he's just punching him right in the face, keeping him in the unfriendly part of the ring. Able to make the tag to Pedro Loco at any time that he sees fit. And now picks him up and slams him down right there. Oh, but the Tool, I think the Tool was going to roll outside the ring. Sergio tried to get there before he did. Tool looking to make a tag. Both men make the tag. Now we got the big man, little man. Pedro Loco's getting fired up with a big, huge Rana there. Pedro Loco looking a bit perplexed as to what to do to the big, thick, huge, near 300-pound Sweetcox. Opts to take out the legs and go for some kicks. Very smart maneuver there. I think Pedro Loco, the kicks are about as strong as a punch. Oh, but Sweetcock's going right there with the dirty pin right in front of Pedro. Picks him up here, goes for his finisher, stacks him up. High stack there with the legs. Sergio Gomez hits him right in the back. Bit of a mistake there as Sweetcock's turned his back to Sergio Gomez. Sergio able to come in, gets him up. Wheelbarrow face buster from Sweetcock's. And Sweetcock's, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage here against the younger, smaller Pedro Loco. He's got all that size, all that power, all that momentum, and a kick to the face. And now Sweetcock's going to the second rope, wants Pedro Loco to get up, looking for a big maneuver here, using weight, gravity, turning potential into kinetic energy right there. Crowns him with that double axe. And now takes him to the unfriendly part of the ring, makes the tag to the Tool. What double team maneuver have these two got in place? Whips him off the rope in a double shoulder block. Looking to follow it up with a double headbutt there. Two craniums are better than one, and now that twerking moonsault. The Tool, highly unorthodox, but Pedro Loco able to get up the knees. And goes for the cover. Could this be enough? Or is this just a plot to sap the energy of the Tool, forcing him to kick out after that twerking moonsault? As we always say, Sweetcock's is the steak and the Tool is the sizzle. Going here. Super kick to the knee, and now Canadian Destroyer from the second. Pedro Loco, he is gassed though. Tags into the Idol, the bigger, the stronger, the veteran. And as we get into the deeper parts of this match, you're going to want the veteran to know when to go for a move like that. Big tope over the top rope. Looks like he's setting him up for the Idolized, using all the momentum and weight of his opponent against him, and then stacks the legs. He got them. Nailed it. Picture perfect. Don't know if the Tool kicked out or if Sweetcock's broke up that one. That is a maneuver that perfectly uses all momentum and gravity that Idolized. But now the Tool taking a lot of damage, and he is almost dead center of the ring. But he's in perfect position for that Gomez splash. Can the 300-pounder capitalize on the 200-pound Tool? Tool able to kick out. Both these teams so important to climb that ladder. Of course, we have the Exiled as the BCW World Tag Team Champions. They have been so dominant. They are the top of the food chain, and Los Gomez, they want those tag titles. Hard Limit, they want it too in Locomotion. Big, huge maneuver there. The Tool seeing stars. Looking up at the lights. Could this be it? 2, 3. Gets him. Wow. That Locomotion is so devastating. And let's take a look here at the replay. Let's pinpoint what happened here. Big, huge Gomez splash. 300 pounds crashing onto that 200-pound frame of the Tool. That is a lot of weight. That is forcing all the air right out of your lungs. But it was not quite enough. Smart maneuver there from Sergio Gomez to tag in the Tool. And let's look at this. Locomotion. Big, huge maneuver there. The back crashing directly into the sternum of the Tool. And he was out. He was looking at the lights. He was seeing stars. And it was academic to get the 1, 2, 3 at that point. Wow.
Here is your winner via pinfall, Los Gomez.
Congratulations to Los Gomez. They pick up the win in our opening contest and their first win of 2026. Well, there we have it. A lot of tension brewing between Tafik and Kensho. How is the tension gonna affect Tafik as he goes into his world title match in the main event here tonight? And how is it conversely gonna affect Kensho as he takes on the baddest man alive, Isaac Taylor, here tonight? This is a huge heavyweight singles match clash between two game opponents. Let's take it to the ring for our second contest of BCW Bigger in Texas.
Standing 6 feet 3 inches tall and weighing 275 pounds, he is a power wrestler who comes to us from Detroit, Michigan. He is the self-proclaimed baddest man alive, Isaac Taylor.
Well, here he is, one half of the Brotherhood, Isaac Taylor. And this match all came about between Isaac Taylor and Kensho because on the last episode, it was these two, their tag team partners facing each other. It was Tafik versus Cameron Lewis in the main event. And now the two tag team partners are going one-on-one with each other here tonight. Isaac Taylor, he is the self-proclaimed baddest man alive. And just by his physique and his look, I totally believe it. Can he get a huge win over Kensho?
Standing 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighing 245 pounds, he is a world-renowned striker from Tokyo, Japan, Kensho.
And here he is, the man who captured the 2025 Moment of the Year with his 1 second knockout at BCW Slamtacular. It is the knockout machine, Kensho. He is so adept at striking, and can he use his striking to take on the power wrestler Isaac Taylor? We're going to find out here, and it is a singles match here tonight, a huge heavyweight clash between two bad competitors. And the bell has rung, the match is underway. Two of the top singles competitors, two of the top tag team competitors here in BCW locking it up. And you'd think that Isaac Taylor, he is a little bigger, a little thicker. You'd think he would have the strength advantage, but Kensho backing up Isaac Taylor into the corner there, and he does it again. Kensho is showing Isaac Taylor that this is his ring, but both getting the clean breaks there. Kensho with a big, huge shot to the face, though, using that striking prowess and hits him with a Russian leg sweep. Both these men have two of the best physiques on the BCW roster. Both men are absolutely jacked. They are no stranger to the weight room. Oh, and Isaac Taylor there going. Why kick out when you could just grab the ropes? He is that close. I think that's sending a mental message to Kensho there, saying I could kick out. I could use up my energy to kick out, but why? Why not go with the path of least resistance? If you are right close to the ropes, you might as well use them. Sometimes the ropes are used in desperation, but I think on that one, that was just sending a message saying you're not going to be smarter than me. If I have the potential to do it, I'm going to do it. In a big running power slam there from Isaac Taylor. Isaac Taylor, he is so big. He's about 6'2", 6'3", but he is so thick. He's about as wide as he is tall, and he is so powerful. He is that power wrestler that likes to use his explosivity. He is that former football player, so he knows how to really generate a lot of power very quickly in a short amount of space. And he's trying to keep Kensho grounded, and that is exactly what you want to do with a striker. You do not want them to get to their feet to generate the power from those legs, from those hips, from those hands, from those elbows, wrapping up using those super powerful legs to wrap up Isaac Taylor and go for that quick pinfall attempt. And I think that was in retaliation to Isaac Taylor using the ropes there to break up the pin. He's saying, well, let me try and wrap you up in a different way, and let's see if you can get out that way. I thought this was just going to be mainly the striker versus grappler, but there is a lot of mental games at play in this one. But both these two are top competitors, so they're going to use all the tools they can, whether it's physical tools or mental tools. And right there with the key crusher, crushing his spine, crushing the back. And normally when you are a big, strong, power wrestler. Usually they got problems with their back, so it's smart from Kensho to pinpoint that. Usually when you're a striker, you're going to have problems with more of the midsection, that you're going to have problems with the back, but you're going to have problems with the hips, because if you're kicking a lot, you're going to be generating a lot of power from those hips, but you'd not know it from that big, huge power bomb picking up the 285-pound Isaac Taylor. And now Kensho trying to keep Isaac Taylor grounded, it looks like, going with a variety of strikes to keep him on his back, to keep him proned. And definitely with that football background, and as a wrestler, you are not comfortable on your back. So I think that's where Kensho wants to keep Isaac Taylor is on his back, keep him uncomfortable. Go in there with a bit of a showboating pin. 2. Isaac Taylor, a lot of rumption in his gumption on that one. A lot of power on that kick out at 2. Now Kensho's starting to fire up. Is he going to go for... Oh, I think he was going for that leaping tombstone. The leaping tombstone is a signature maneuver of Kensho. And what has Isaac Taylor got here? Big, huge power bomb. I think his head might have hit that bottom turnbuckle. And now is he going to go for that pounce? He's going to use his football background to his advantage. Hit him with a signature, and now he's going for the finisher. A lot of power being generated on this one. Boom! There it is. Rocking from head to toe. Rocking every bone in his body on that one. 1, 2. Has he got him? No, not enough. But the pounce was not enough. There's still a lot of fight in Kensho. I can assure you, you are not going to put Kensho down for the 1, 2, 3 this quick in a match. And at the SJPW Dojo, there's been a lot of heavy training that Kensho has gone under. So it's going to take a lot more than rocking his entire body, sending him straight up into the air and crashing to the mat. Kensho a quick reprieve on the outside and now goes to the second. What's he got here? Perhaps going for a strike with a little extra momentum there. Oh, and a big Rana. Unexpected there. Thought he was going to go for perhaps a leaping knee. Oh, and speaking of leaping knee, big, huge kaiju killer knee strike. Big, brutal maneuver. Could this be it? Is his finisher? No! Isaac Taylor with a lot of pep on that kick out, but you know his face has got to be screaming from that one. As we said, Kensho had the 2025 moment of the year with that 1-second knockout. It was obviously the fastest win in BCW history. One of the very, very few knockouts that we've had in BCW history. He just came right out of the blocks and he hit Amir Man right directly in the face, right on the bridge of the nose. Turned out as lights. Referee called it a knockout because there was no way that Amir Man was getting up from that one. So anytime Kensho in this match hits a big knee or a big maneuver, it could be knockout city. And that is something that Isaac Taylor is going to have to deal with. But he's going to have to deal with kicking out right now. 2. Kensho and Isaac Taylor getting closer and closer. Both these two men are so big, so strong. And much like in MMA, you have a lot more knockouts in the heavyweight division than you do in the lighter weight classes. Isaac Taylor breaks out and is able to hit Kensho with a stiff shot of his own. Picks him up, slams him down, destroying the back of Kensho on that one. But Kensho gets right back up. Strong style on display. Fired up with a lot of shots and a big, huge forearm to the face. Isaac Taylor writhing in pain. Kensho with that fighting spirit. He is going for it here with that leaping tombstone. Got him cinched. Rocking the spine from the mohawk to the tips of the toes. Is this enough? 1, 2. No, and Isaac Taylor kicks out again. Isaac Taylor fires back with the fighting spirit of his own. The fighting spirit coming straight from Detroit, Michigan. That is a fighting spirit you only get from being on the streets of Detroit. Wow! Both these two men are fired up. Both these two men want to climb in the singles division. They want to climb up those rankings in a big, huge boot to the face. But as I was saying about the heavyweight division, you got a lot more knockouts. You get a lot more heavy hits in the heavyweight division than you do in the lighter weight classes. Not much mustard on that one as there was on the previous one. So we could be reaching the crescendo of this match where one big maneuver could signal the end. And I thought he was going for a German. Picks him up, gets him up even higher for that back suplex. Isaac Taylor is really trying to rock that back, perhaps setting him up for that pounce one more time. Or what's he going for here? Almost got him for an F10, just destroying the midsection in the head. I think Kensho landed on his head. Isaac Taylor trying to go for exactly what I was describing, going for some of those big shots, some of those big maneuvers. It could be one and done for both competitors in this one. Reverses with a jaw jack, and now he's going Kaiju killer knee strike, sends him into a backflip. Could this be it? 1, 2, go. No! I thought he got him. What does Kensho have to do with having the absolute brutal power of a 1 second knockout? What does Kensho have to do? Where does he have to hit Isaac Taylor? Where is the weak point? He's going to have to find it because Isaac Taylor keeps getting up and up, but he is on Dream Street here. Can Kensho do a big maneuver off the top? Crowns him, sends him right down to his back. And now he sent him up for the third one. Is 3 times the charm. Kaiju killer knee strike. Is there any way Isaac Taylor can kick out? 1, 2, got him. Mercifully, it's over. 3 Kaiju killer knee strikes. With some competitors like Amir Man, you only need 1 second and you only need 1 attempt. But with Isaac Taylor, it just shows his toughness. It took 3 to take him out. And let's pinpoint it here. Right there in the crosshairs. Knee directly to the chin. Boom, right on the button. That was all it took. That Kaiju killer knee strike is the human off switch. Kensho hits it picture perfect every time. He had it right there in his sights, and he hit it, and look at him. He is fired up. That is a huge win from Kensho. Kensho comes out with a huge victory in our second contest tonight. Can Kensho's tag team partner Tafik come out with the world title in the main event? We're going to find out, but congratulations to Kensho. What a win. All right, we have our final preliminary match of the night. Liam and Byron taking on flips per second. Liam, he really wants the managerial services of Mr. GM. He wants to form a 3-man unit with Mr. GM and Byron, and he is looking to prove himself here tonight as he teams with the BCW Commonwealth Champion to take on regular tag team flips per second. Can this makeshift tag team come out with the win? Or is flips per second in the catbird seat to pick up a huge win in this one? Let's take it to the ring and find out.
Making their way to the ring, the team of No Honor, Liam Connors, and the BCW Commonwealth Champion, the Butcher, Byron Cassidy.
And here he is, a man who is draped in gold. As soon as he sold his soul to the devil in the form of Mr. GM, he became absolutely loaded. Both hands, both shoulders full of gold. He is the 2024 Euroslam tournament winner. He is the current BCW Commonwealth Champion, and he will be defending his Commonwealth Championship at BCW Random Draw 4 on our next episode against Mr. Tony Rizzo, who is the BCW head trainer. He is the trainer and stablemate of Flips Per Second, who Byron and Liam are taking on tonight. There is some huge stakes in this one. Byron and Liam, they want the momentum going into Random Draw 4, but they are a makeshift tag team. Can they pick up a huge win here tonight?
Making their way to the ring, Flips Per Second FPS.
And here they are rushing to the ring. It is flips per second. PJ Parker on the left, Will Roberts on the right. And one word to describe this tag team I would use would be exuberance. These two are young, they're hungry, they want to win this one for their mentor, for the head trainer, Mr. Tony Rizzo. Can they do it here tonight? They are the regular tag team, so they have the advantage of working together. But we're going to find out because the bell has rung. This tag team match is underway. BCW Commonwealth Champion, The Butcher, Byron Cassidy, starting off this one against PJ Parker. And Byron Cassidy, he is one of the absolute top competitors here in BCW. As we've seen from his entrance, he has two of those beautiful belts. He is the 2024 Euroslam tournament winner. He is the current BCW Commonwealth Champion. But he might not be that Commonwealth Champion for long because he is facing Mr. Tony Rizzo at random draw 4. Tony Rizzo has about a 75-pound weight advantage. He is so big, so strong, and he wants to take out Byron. But tonight, tag team match here. And some interesting combos of this one. We got flips per second. They are the regular competing tag team here in BCW since BCW first began. They tag all the time. They are that tag team unit, so they know their partner. They know all their offense. They know how to use all their tag team maneuvers to their advantage. But Liam Connors and Byron Cassidy, they are not normally tag team competitors. Goes for the cover here with a big maneuver. Wrapping up the Butcher, but the Butcher, Byron Cassidy, he is so technical. He is that ground and pound based wrestler, so you are not going to do anything new that he has not seen before. You are not going to perform any maneuver that he does not have a perfect counter for. And speaking of maneuvers, what double team maneuver are Byron and Liam having here? Oh, and a big kick to the knee, perfectly setting up one of Liam's submissions and Byron Cassidy's BFT, that bone flied and tied. It is that step over STF that Byron uses. It is such a potent submission. It's one of the top submissions here at BCW. Big, huge jumping DDT from PJ Parker there. And now PJ Parker knocks Byron off the ropes. He's going to want to spring. They are called flips per second for a reason because they are springy. They like to flip and fly. And speaking of a flip right there, flipping DDT. PJ Parker goes to Will Roberts, makes the tag. These two like to make frequent tags. They like to keep each other fresh. And as we've seen there, and as the name suggests, at flips per second, they are springy boys. They like to flip and fly. And now Will Roberts to the top. What's he got here? Perhaps a Rana. Gets him to the top. Big, huge Rana. Sometimes they like to make their opponents go flipping and flying too. But these two, so young, so fast. They are in their early 20s. They have just a few years experience. And when you have youth on your side, you do not know what you do not know. So sometimes they throw caution to the wind. They do not care what tomorrow holds. And it's all about what is right here today. And a big, huge flipping clothesline. Wow. Springboard from the outside in. Oh, and a big bit of a malfunction at the junction there. Referee gets caught in it. Big, huge maneuver there. Now going for the arm. Liam is that striker and that submission specialist, but he's going to know how to get out of all the submissions. Flips per second, they are not submission fighters, so it might have been a bit of a mistake there going for the submission. Liam kicks out the knee of Will Roberts. Oh, I thought that could have been it there. Grinding that forearm right into the face of Will Roberts, but he definitely learned that one from Mr. Tony Rizzo, getting the foot on the rope. Why expend the energy if you don't have to? They're going to need those energy to power those legs for all the flipping maneuvers. And now we got Liam and Byron. What's this here? Another double team maneuver. Lots of double team maneuvers from this team who have never tagged before. Is this enough? Oh, only a 1 though. But speaking of flips per second, they have been making a lot of fast tags. They've been doing a lot of maneuvers and a big snap of the wrist there. Byron, he likes to use that maneuver to set up the bone slide and tide. It is one of the best submissions in BCW, locking up that leg. And a quick tap out there. Will Roberts, no choice but to tap out to one of the best submission experts in BCW, and he has really been using this finger snap to set up the submissions. You are so concerned about your hand. Have you broken a finger? Are you able to reach out and grab the ropes? And the only way that he could, and as you see there, he's trying to get that hand out to the ropes, but he could have a broken finger. That finger could be dislocated, it could be broken, but it is a moot point now because Byron and Liam have won. The bone flied and tied is the key to victory once again. Congratulations to Liam and Byron. Huge win against an established tag team in flips per second.
Amir, I expected that you would have something up your sleeve. Because you are a coward. You pay people to do your dirty work for you, myself included, and you take no accountability for your own shortcomings. That's why we are done as a team. I won't be your pawn any longer. So yeah, I don't care who you hired to be your friend, partner, mercenary, or whatever. I will take them on at random draw 4 and crush them. Then, I am coming for you. Challenge officially accepted.
The following contest is your main event of the evening and will be a singles match.
All right, it is main event time, and we have the tail of the tape of challenger and champion. Tafik is quite literally and figuratively the biggest challenge that Benson has faced for his BCW World Championship. 6'5", 300 pounds. He is the Commonwealth Tournament winner, 8-3-1. Whereas Benson, he's the hometown favorite. He's the striker, 14-1 singles record, currently on a 20-match win streak if you factor in tag and multi-man matches. Benson Hicks is quite firmly the BCW World Champion, and he has the championship record to back it up. But tonight, it is bigger in Texas. This is John Wayne versus Clint Eastwood. Two sheriffs are walking into the same town. They have drawn a line down the center. It is high noon here in BCW, and both of these cowboys have their 6-shooters loaded. They might only need one bullet. Who's going to shoot their shot? Who is walking out a bigger in Texas with the BCW World Championship? Let's take it to the ring. Let's get this main event started. BCW World title on the line and BCW 54.
The following is your BCW television main event and will be a singles match.
Here he is, the challenger for the BCW World Championship, Tafik. He earned that #1 contendership by defeating Victor Payne, who at the time was undefeated, who at the time was 14-0. Some thought he was unbeatable. Some thought that Victor Payne could not be beat. Tafik was able to put him down for the 1-2-3, which is how he earned this #1 contendership here tonight. But he is coming into Texas, into hostile territory. He is coming to the hometown of the champion, looking to take his crown. Can Tafik come out with a huge upset and the gold? We're going to find out here tonight. And here he is, the champion, Benson Hicks, making his way to the ring with a little bit of extra attire befitting that of a man from Texas. He's got the cowboy hat, he's got the duster, he's got the BCW World Championship in hand, and he's got the one-finger salute to the challenger. Benson Hicks, he is coming in here to defend his title. He won it from Dirty Don, who at the time was 15-0-3. He had a 1 1,000-day stranglehold on that BCW World Championship. It took Benson 3 years. He won the title. Tonight he's bringing it to his hometown in Texas to defend it. Can he come out with a huge win against his biggest challenger, or will Tafik come out with the huge upset? We're going to find out in this main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the undisputed BCW World Heavyweight Championship. Standing 6'5" and weighing in at 300 pounds, from Copenhagen, Denmark, the Danish Destroyer, Tafik. Weighing in tonight at 210 pounds, he is the pride of Dallas, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, your undisputed BCW World Champion, the Redneck, Benson Hicks.
And here we go. That is what it's all about. That big, beautiful BCW World Championship, and proving to yourself, to the world, to the BCW fans, that you are the top wrestler in BCW. The challenger and the champion are both walking into Texas to prove themselves here tonight. And the bell has rung. The match is underway. BCW 54, bigger in Texas main event. Tafik versus Benson Hicks. We got the power brawler versus the striker. Benson trying to unleash some of those strikes here tonight, but Tafik just absorbing them and hitting back with two of his own. And a big, huge belly-to-belly suplex. Tafik, he enjoys a near 100-pound weight advantage. He's probably got, ideally, about an 80-pound weight advantage here, and he is going to use every little bit of it. He's got about 6 inches of height on the champion, and he is looking to get ahead of steam here with a big, huge elbow drop. And as we saw on the last episode when Tafik faced the future Cameron Lewis. Cameron Lewis, he is about roughly the same height and the same weight as Benson, and that weight and height discrepancy really caused a lot of problems for Cameron Lewis. Is it going to cause a lot of problems for the champion? A man who is on a 20-match win streak. A man that took 3 years to win the BCW World Championship. He clawed, he scraped, he fought those mystery attackers. He fought a bounty that was on his head. He climbed his way to the top, became the #1 contender, and at Slamtacular, BCW's biggest event, Benson was able to defeat the undefeated Dirty Don to capture the championship. So you know he is going to do everything in his power to defend it. He does not want to take another 3-year journey to the top. When it comes to BCW, those championship matches are few and far between, and these two men are going gun for gun, shot for shot. They got their irons on their hip. They got their 6-shooters. They are unloading the bullets here in this one. Benson able to get the better of that, goes for that back DDT, and now for another shot. Tafik just swats it out of the air, picks him up, slams him down right near that corner bead. I think his head hit the ropes. Tafik, he is so big, so strong, generates a lot of power. Even those rudimentary maneuvers really do a lot of damage when they come from a man so big and so powerful. We were talking about physiques earlier in the night. Tafik, he is absolutely chiseled out of stone. There is not an ounce of fat on his body. We seen earlier he was in the gym working out, getting those muscles warmed up, getting those muscles primed and poised to do all the damage they need to do to the world champ. And speaking of damage to the world champ, running knee, Benson able to use his speed to get out of it, mounts him and starts raining down the rights from the southpaw. Wow. Benson has both of those fists taped up. He is the south. Oh, he went there for the cartwheel into that Alabama slam by way of Texas. Tafik there with a big, huge boot, decapitating the champ. Oh, and going for the dirty pin here. Referee catches it, though. Benson a little bit upset. I think that pissed off Benson. I think he thought this was going to be a tit-for-tat, sort of a gentleman's fight, but Tafik coming in here being a bit of the villain. This has been a bit of a new side to Tafik. We seen earlier the tension with him and his tag partner. And if there's tension with someone who he's friends with, who he's partners with, what's he going to do when he comes in here against Benson? And there is no love lost. There is no familiarity. He's going to do absolutely everything. And both these men are going tit for tat. A lot of reversals in this one. Oh, and now he's going for it. The edge of Valhalla. Is he going to be able to hit it? He was hitting it at will in the last... Oh! Benson able to scoot out the back door. Neck breaker. Perfect counter from the champ. Able to get that 6'5" frame down. And when you are that tall, hitting a neck breaker, hitting a move where you go from a standing position all the way to falling to the mat, it is going to do extra damage. That is 6 feet, 5 inches where your head is going down. Oh, and he's got him here now. Cartwheel into that Alabama slam by way of Texas. It's a signature maneuver, but he's won matches before. 2. Oh! Benson has won matches before. He has defended the BCW World Championship by hitting that exact maneuver, but it is very early in this one. Tafik able to kick out, a lot of durability, a lot of resistance, and now he's going for his finisher, that red, white, and bruised. It is that big, huge elbow drop to the sternum with a little bit of theatrics at the beginning, playing it up to the hometown crowd, elbow right to the heart, all the air rushing out of the big frame of Tafik. 1, 2, has he? No! I think it is going to take a lot more than that to defeat a man the caliber of a Tafik. Gets him up top, rope spring from the second to the top, unleashing that elbow. That is a vintage maneuver from Benson Hicks. He loves going to the top the odd time. It's not his bread and butter, but he does love hitting it sometimes. And another big, huge maneuver there. Spinning neck breaker. Quickly hooks the leg. Quick cover. Lateral press, all the weight on the chest. But Tafik is so big and so strong, able to get that shoulder up at will. The 210, 220 frame is almost nothing when it's draped over the 300-pound jack frame of a Tafik. And both these men really trying to go. Benson really going for these neck breakers. I was just going to break down what I think the game plans are for both of these competitors. And for Benson, it is obviously targeting the neck and the head. There is a lot of maneuvers that Benson does that targets the neck and the head. I think with a body so big, so strong, and so jacked, the head, you got the same muscles on the head from a 300-pounder as you do on a 200-pounder. So I think it's a smart plan to really attack the head and the face, really unloading those punches right to the head. And Benson, he is that striker, and when you hit someone right on the button, right on the chin, you can knock him out. And perhaps that is the plan for Benson. But speaking of knockouts, it is the Burning Hammer. This is what he used to defeat Cameron Lewis on the last match. He's won a lot of his matches with this one. 2, can he? No! I think the Burning Hammer is going to be the bread and butter in this one. He's got to, I think, hit a few more. Stunner out of nowhere. Could this be it? A stunner in Texas. Extra potent. Tafik able to kick out, though. Benson, we don't see the stunner very often, but I think he's feeling it. He is in his hometown. He is feeling the surge of the crowd. He is feeling the dirt on his boots. Oh, and backslide here as he surprised the champ. 2. Oh, and almost got him. A little closer than I thought. And both men locking eyes. Tafik able to hit him with the shot to the face. Picks him up. Can he hit Edge of Valhalla? Or can Benson get out the back door? He cannot. Edge of Valhalla right into the ropes. Benson gets right back up. That is what the BCW World Champion does. You cannot keep this man down. Benson, out of everyone on the roster, I think he has the best resiliency. That is why that is one of the reasons why he's the BCW World Champ. That could be a moot point now because he is getting dropped right on his head. Bouncing as the cranium bounces right on that beautiful logo. 1, 2, could this be it? Benson able to kick out. I think both these men are going to have to do something real big. This could be a war of attrition. This could be the death by 1,000 cuts. I don't think it's going to be one single maneuver. I think this match is going to go real deep. And now Tafik taking him to the corner. I thought he was going for the buckle bomb. Takes him up, has him about 10 feet in the air when his head crashes on that top turnbuckle. Both these men getting a bit sluggish, though. It does not have the pace like it did at the beginning. Hits him there with that atomic drop right to the coccyx. Drops down, gets him on the ropes. Oh, Don't know what he was going for there, but Tafik put on the brakes. And now going for the strikes from that striker from the southpaw, from the former Golden Gloves boxer, as he hit him with enough shots to knock him out. 1. Oh, only a 1 though. As this match gets deeper, Tafik gets more resilient. He gets more pissed off. He gets more determined to leave Texas with that big, beautiful championship, the BCW World title. Benson here, angle slam, big Olympic slam there. He is gassed though, able to drape. Oh, I thought he was going to drape over the one hand. Able to secure the leg. Could this be it? Olympic slam in Texas. 2. An All-American maneuver from the All-American, decked out in that red, white, and blue attire. It does not get more American than Benson Hicks. It does not get any more Texas than that stunner. Could this be it? 1, 2, 3. No! Oh! I thought he got him there. I thought the stunner would seal the deal. Tafik, it looked like he was motionless until about 2.99. A lot of big maneuvers, a lot of big shots. Benson to the tippy top rope. Wants Tafik to get back up. Is he going to look to crown him? Oh, and he goes for that big, huge clothesline off the top. But both these men, they're getting sluggish. They're going for maneuvers, but it does not have the crisp pop that it did at the beginning. But you cannot blame them with both these men taking some huge shots. Both their bodies must be screaming in pain after taking damage after damage, shot after shot, punch after punch, big, huge maneuver after big, huge maneuver, and a big running kick there. Benson able to drop back and go at the back door. Oh, and just showing the power, big, huge shoulder butt. Benson able to get right back up to his feet, but I think he might want to stay down because every time you keep getting back up, Tafik is going to put you down with another huge maneuver, just like that burning hammer. And both these men, they've been going 1,000,000 miles a minute, but this is almost getting to the high noon point if we're going to use a cowboy analogy. It is high noon. We have 2 gunslingers meeting in the middle of town. They got their revolvers, they got their 6-shooters, and they are unloading every single bullet they got in the chamber. Drops them down after going up about 10 feet in the air. Wow. And that is all power, taking a little over 200 pounder, pushing him up to the lights and knocking him down. And Tafik's getting pissed, arguing with the ref. Not a smart maneuver. I think he thought he was safe because Benson was on the outside trying to intimidate the referee. Earlier, he tried to get the feet on the ropes. Tafik, normally a fan favorite, he is coming in here into hostile territory. He is definitely the heel in this one, and he is doing some very heelish maneuvers, arguing with his tag team partner, getting the foot on the ropes, arguing with the referee, doing everything he can to gain just a little bit of an advantage. And I think the thing that's going to gain him the biggest advantage is hitting this one. A second edge of Valhalla, and he hits it right near the edge of the ring. Could this be it? A lot of force. Could we have a new champ? No! Benson kicks out right at the last second. Tafik is getting more and more pissed, and I think this is what's going to cause him to make a mistake. Tafik has got to keep a cool head. You can't come into a world championship title fight angry. You cannot lose your composure. You cannot lose your cool. But he's got him right here with his most potent maneuver. No! And he's getting frustrated, understandably so, but you can't come in hot. You got to keep your sights set on winning the gold. You can't argue with the ref. You can't try and cheat because you only get one shot to become the BCW World Champion. It has been months and months and months. It has been years since Tafik has had a championship opportunity. They do not come frequently. The championship opportunities at BCW are few and far between because you got to climb the ladder. You got to earn world title opportunities. And Benson picking him up. Alabama slam by way of Texas. Has the champion beat the challenger? He's got him down. 1, 2. Got him. Benson defends the BCW World Championship here tonight by defeating Tafik. Wow. And let's take a look at this replay. It was Tafik just hitting big move after big move at will. It was that burning hammer that was absolutely crushing the spine of Benson Hicks. But Benson was able to counter with some big, huge maneuvers of his own, including 2 stunners. They did a lot of damage, but they were not able to defeat Tafik, but Benson was firing back every time Tafik was firing, including this big, huge Olympic slam. And in true championship fashion, Benson was able to roll over, grab the leg, attempt to get the win, but he couldn't do it. His body was writhing in pain. He was absolutely gassed, but he was able to hook the leg. And then when we get to the finisher here, it was the Alabama Slam by way of Texas. And as we freeze frame, it was all the power, all the momentum, focused on the head. It's that whiplash effect that just absolutely slammed Tafik right into the mat. It was enough to seal the deal. It was the maneuver to put down the 6'5", 300-pound Danish Destroyer, and Benson Hicks presented with the BCW World Championship, the championship which he defended here in Texas. He walked in the champ. He is walking out the champ. Third successful title defense for Benson Hicks. He is cruising here in BCW. 21 match win streak. You'd expect nothing less from the BCW World Champion.
Here is your winner and still undisputed BCW World Heavyweight Champion, Benson Hicks.
Well, what an event we had tonight. It was the first time we came to Texas, and I don't think we disappointed. And we kicked off the night with Hard Limit versus Los Gomez. Los Gomez, they are on a 5-match winning streak, getting closer and closer to challenging for those BCW World Tag Team titles. Then we had a singles match pitting two heavyweight competitors against each other. Kensho, he came out with the win, improved to 7-3 here in BCW. Then we had two men who have never tagged before in BCW, yet they came out with the win. First tag team win for Byron and Liam. Byron Cassidy locked in that bone, flied and tied, and he won by submission. And then in the main event, BCW World Championship was on the line. Benson Hicks defended his title successfully for the third time, currently on a 21-match win streak. That is why he is the world champion. Huge win here tonight in his hometown of Texas. But the hits do not stop coming. We started off 2026 hot, and we are going into our next event, Random Draw, where every match is randomized. It's the most unpredictable night in BCW. Los Gomez, they have an open challenge. Byron Cassidy is defending the Commonwealth title, and in the main event, BCW World Tag Team titles are on the line. You do not want to miss Random Draw 4. Thank you for joining us. Tune in next week.